Many, many moons ago, when the earth was still new, deep in a remote and beautiful area of the Amazon rainforest lived Onya and her two brothers. This whimsical place called Nusoken had an abundance of pristine waters, scented flowers, delicious fruits, colorful fish, and clever animals. In this ecosystem, animals were as intelligent as humans. They could talk, walk, and interact with people. It was even possible there for animals and humans to fall in love and marry. Above all, in Nusoken, there was balance among all creatures and gratitude for the blessings the earth had given them. The three siblings in our story were very close. Since the death of their parents, they relied on each other for strength, survival, and love. Together, they had shared many happy moments throughout their childhood. The two brothers loved their sister so much that they wished she would never part and leave their side. It was impossible for them to imagine what life would look like without their sister. They were so worried about losing her that they did not wish her to marry. I must tell you, though, that Onya was simply beautiful. Her olive skin was soft as silk, and her eyes were profoundly black, like the sky on a night without stars. Her hair was long, dark, and shiny as the waters of the Rio Negro, the black river that meets the Amazon River. Onya was gifted with her hands, and everything she did was successful. For instance, in the middle of Nusoken, she planted a Brazilian nut tree, which became the center of life in the forest and provided the most delicious nuts that could be found. She was talented in making beautiful ornaments for her brothers, for her tribe, and for herself. And the animals, too, loved helping Onya. Toucan and macaw were kind enough to shed some of their feathers so Onya could design beautiful necklaces and headsets. The forest provided an abundance of seeds of all colors, shapes, and sizes. She used all of them creatively to produce the most exquisite jewelry. All creatures in Nusoken, animals and humans, greatly admired Onya. A certain green anaconda grew fondly of the girl and decided to court her. The snake fell deeply in love and pursued Onya's heart with respect and admiration. One morning, when Onya was tending to her garden, the snake stretched his body and spoke in a velvety and warm, low voice. I have been observing you for a long, long time, and I have fallen in love with you. Would you please be my wife? Onya was caught by surprise, but could not resist the snake's eyes, and they got married right away. On that same day, Onya became pregnant. There was excitement in Nusoken, and the animals rushed to tell the brothers what had just happened. But the brothers were not excited at all. On the contrary, they were filled with jealousy and developed an intense hatred for Onya and her unborn child. Without hesitation, they banned Onya from Nusoken and forced her to live alone on the outskirts of the forest. Onya laughed, but was not alone. The animals, plants, and spiritual beings of the forest protected her throughout her pregnancy, and she gave birth to a healthy, strong, and handsome boy. She built her new home close to the Tapajós River, where the boy grew each day. He bathed daily on the Tapajós River and loved swimming with all the fish. Onya would tell her son bedtime stories in which she described the beautiful and whimsical Nusoken with its gorgeous animals and plants. Her favorite part was to tell the boy about the Brazilian nut tree in the middle of the forest, which she had planted. She described everything in such detail that the boy developed an intense desire to eat the nuts. When the boy learned to speak, one of the first things he asked was to go to Nusoken. Onya did not want to take the boy there because she knew it could be very dangerous. After she was expelled from Nusoken, her brothers assigned a macaw, a toucan, a caiman, and a jaguar to guard the Brazilian nut tree. However, it was not easy for Onya to resist her son's insistent pleas to go there. One sunny morning, Onya decided it was time for her son to visit Nusoken. She took him there when macaw, toucan, caiman, and jaguar were not on guard. Her son ate the nuts and feasted on the delicious fruit. Quietly and carefully, they returned to their home by the Tapajós River. Now that the boy had tasted the nuts, he craved for them even more. He was consumed by the thought of eating them. One day, when his mother was tending to her garden, the boy secretly left the house and went back to Nusoken. He ate as much as he could, but this time, Toucan saw him and flew to the brothers to warn them of their nephew's presence. At first, the brothers were skeptical, but one by one, all the other animals reported the same story and convinced the brothers that their nephew had eaten the nuts from the tree. Filled by rage, the brothers ordered the animals to find and kill their nephew. After searching everywhere, the animals found the boy. And even though they were hesitant to kill an innocent child, they followed through their orders and killed the boy. On that day, there was great sorrow. Onya, although far away, felt in her heart the passing of her son and rushed to Nusoken. With her son's body in her arms, she began her long journey back home. When she returned to the Tapajós River, the spirits of those who had gone before her son spoke and instructed Onya to remove her son's eyes and plant them on the ground. Every day, for long hours, Onya mourned and cried over the place where she had buried her son's eyes. And from those eyes and Onya's tears, a new fruit was born, Guaraná. Guaraná is powerful and it gives energy and strength to anyone who eats from it. And from this fruit, the Sateré-Mawé people were born. Their very existence was originated in Onya's sorrow. But like the fruit, the Sateré-Mawé have become a strong and powerful people.